Thanks, Stacey. Now, the inquest into the deaths of ANC leader Inquests Albert Luthuli and anti-apartheid activist and prominent human rights lawyer Griffiths Mxenge will be reopened in the Pietermaritzburg High Court today. SABC News reporters Ayanda Mhlongo and Simphiwe Makhanya are outside the court and standing by to bring us more on this very seminal event. So let's start with you, Simphiwe. Again, the families, they must be rather overjoyed that it has finally come to this, given that it's been so many years that they've been waiting for answers.
Indeed, Sakina, it's an important day for both families, the Luthuli family as well as the Mxenge family, as of course that particular inquest is expected to get underway here at the Pietermaritzburg High Court. A lot of questions, had been raised before surrounding the, unfortunate deaths of these two very prominent leaders of the African National Congress, the ANC, and as well as activists in many different, spheres. As you have indicated, Sakina, it's not only an important day for the families, but it's also an important day for the ANC, which is going to be sending a number of leaders to be part really of the proceedings here at the Pietermaritzburg High Court. But let's engage my colleague Sakina, who's also here, Ayanda Mhlongo. Ayanda, an important day that hopefully will bring some closure and answers with regards to the departure of these both prominent and important leaders of the country.
Well, absolutely, Simphiwe. I mean, over the years, in our conversations with both the Mxenge family as well as Chief Albert Luthuli's family in particular, I mean, even when the events to honor, as you said, these stalwarts of the liberation struggle, the family members had always made mention of the fact that they needed closure. In particular, we've had many conversations with the Luthuli family in events where the Luthuli family, where Chief Albert Luthuli rather was being honored, and they would make mention of the fact that they still wanted answers as to what happened. We'd note that, of course, after his passing in 1967, there was an inquest that was held at the time, but it was found at the time that no one was going to be held culpable, liable for what had happened to him. And so over the years and conversations with his daughters, two surviving daughters, they've always stressed the point that they wanted this inquest to be reopened. And equally as well, very importantly from the Mxenge family, while there had been at the time, and according to the statement that we received from the National Prosecuting Authority in KwaZulu-Natal, that there had been some progress in terms of identifying people who were believed to have been responsible for Griffiths Mxenge's murder in Umlazi, where he was stabbed multiple times. However, no one was convicted of his murder. And so for both of these families today, it's really important for them, as you were saying, importantly, as Simphiwe, that this is going to be bringing one step closure, one step towards them finding closure. Of course, as we know, that Simphiwe, in terms of the inquest, there's no accused currently. This will only be for the court to determine if how the both Mxenge and Chief Albert Luthuli died, and of course then based on once they are done with the evidence that will be presented, the witnesses that will give evidence here, that will then the judge will then determine, will then rather make representations to the National Prosecuting Authority if the matter really needs or somebody that then needs to be held accountable for these murders. One would also understand, Simphiwe, that it's been a lot of work for the team that has been involved, the prosecutorial team that has been involved. I mean, you're looking at cases that happened in the mid-60s as well as the late 80s. So in terms of evidence, you'd imagine the amount of work that has gone through to arrive at this point. Witnesses as well. I mean, to bring back witnesses, some of the witnesses might not still be alive, etc. So we will be in discussion with the NPA in terms of the amount of work that has gone into finally reopening these two inquests, and of course in terms of the witnesses, in terms of the evidence that they're going to be presenting here. You also did mention how important this case is for the ANC, and we just saw ANC NEC member Dr. Pietermaritzburg who has also arriving very early, and we understand that some of the other senior members of the ANC's National Executive Committee will be here in court, as well as leaders in the province of KwaZulu-Natal of the ANC's provincial task team. They're also going to be here, but most importantly, it's going to be the family members, the Mxenge family, as well as the Luthuli family, and we hopefully will be in conversation with them throughout the course of the day. But they have said that this is a very difficult time for them, while important, and this is what they've been calling for. But you'd imagine, Simphiwe, that it's been decades that they've been wanting a closure, that they've been wanting to know what happened to Chief Albert Luthuli and what happened to Griffiths Mxenge. And so today they are one step closer to finding out the truth.
Speaking of closure and looking at these two leaders, Ayanda, a lot has been said about the work of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission. Okay, I'm told that we have to link back to studio now, but of course we will catch up with you a little later on, as of course it's going to be a long day here at the Pietermaritzburg High Court. Sakina, it's over to you now.
Well, thank you so much, Simphiwe and Ayanda, and it's going to be very, very interesting given the conditions surrounding the deaths of those two struggle stalwarts. So we'll be watching, and SABC will keep you up to speed.